I feel like you're one of the queens of the Housewives, so I'm expecting all the dish from you about the reunion. I heard you all just shot it.
It was so crazy and intense, and I mean, they're usually emotional and all that stuff, but I'm going to use a word for this reunion I've never used before: bizarre. There were moments that were so bizarre that I was just like, I'm very curious to see it myself.
And tell me about Hong Kong, because I know there was a lot of drama, but I want details.
Yeah, Hong Kong, I mean, it was just complete craziness and so much drama, and we can all say it was because we were jet lagged and this one had a problem, but it was just, I can't make any excuses for these women right now. I can just tell you that I was really taken aback, and I know there's a moment people are talking about with Erica, and honestly, it was like someone took over her body. Even her voice changed. I told her, I said, it was literally like someone took over your body. Your voice wasn't even your voice. So, it's crazy.
Kyle. Sorry.
Oh, hello.
I love Kyle.
I do too.
I love Kyle. I love her a lot.
Thank you, thank you.
I'd marry her if she weren't already married or I wasn't already spoken for. Not that she's interested, but still. She's Kyle.
I did see you shopping once at Bergdorf, and I was like, hello, in the shoe section. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
I must have been in real tunnel shoe vision.
You were like in the Chanel section, I think,
yeah.
and you were tunnel vision. You were like, you didn't have time for me.
Is there any other way to?
Yeah.
No time for Kyle.
So, speaking of reality, you have instances in Hollywood and in the reality space. Kim Kardashian is presenting tonight, and the next season, it looks a little bit more somber than previous seasons of Kardashians. What can you speak on as far as just dealing with reality and reality TV?
Reality television, it's funny, I grew up being a child actor my whole life, and some of the women now are actors, Lisa Rinna and Eileen Davidson, and they all say this is the hardest job they've ever done. You do a scripted show, you leave at the end of the day, you go back to your normal life, but reality television is your life, you're judged. You can never explain a whole situation to somebody. It can be extremely painful. When new girls come into our show, I say to them, please don't listen to the tweets. People can be really cruel, and it can be really, really hurtful and painful. And it's just very hard to put your life out there. I mean, I feel embarrassed to say it's such a hard job, because if I wasn't on it, I'd say, oh, please, my God. But it's very, very challenging. Yeah. So,
do you have any, I guess, words of advice for people who maybe look up to the Kardashians or just are unsure about this somber season coming up?
Well, I mean, just know that, I know that the Kardashians and a lot of people in reality television get a lot of heat, but just know there's a very big price to pay for being in reality television. There's a lot of amazing things that come with it, but it's a huge price to pay.
Going back to the reunion, a little birdie told me that there was something with you and Lisa Rinna at the reunion show. Can you give me a little tidbit, a little something?
I've always liked Lisa Rinna, and we've known each other for years and been friends. And unfortunately, her issues with my sister Kim and my sister's Kim issues with her have spilled into ours, because they have just not been able to get it together, and it's been very difficult. It's been very hard to kind of navigate through that, tricky situation, and it was really hard at the reunion, because a lot of things that Lisa Rinna said really hurt me, because she was talking about my sister, and the comments she made about my sister, her kid's here, and it's hurtful, and it was irresponsible. So, when you go to the reunion, you don't want to get into these things, but it's our job to be honest and to address those things. So obviously it got emotional and bizarre and upsetting. So yeah.